Closing day, and everyone's excited, but you need to be prepared and do more than just show up and grab a check. You put in the work and build a lasting relationship. Make sure you leave them with a great feeling on closing day. I have a checklist of housekeeping items and a template email that I would send out to my clients. Reminders to initiate internet, utilities, those are really important, HOA move-in forms, and other action items for buyers. This would guarantee you don't have a misstep day of closing, or even worse, you don't get a call the next day. Hey, how come I don't have electricity? That has happened to me. Closing day itself is stressful, and buyers often have never been through this process and don't know what to expect. So give them a timeline and a general overview. Hey, you're going to be sitting at a title company, signing 1 million pieces of paper and initialing another 1 million. Let them know it can take a few hours. I never got too deep into the financials. I always trusted that my lender partners would be sure to walk them through that part of the process. Illinois, as we know, is also a lawyer state. So we had 2 team members making sure that there were processes being checked and balanced. So those really didn't get into my outline, but I did let them know over high level what they should expect day of closing. Make sure you plan the final walkthrough and bring detailed notes if the seller has agreed to make repairs. It is your job to walk the home and do a general assessment of the property. I was very methodical about walking the property, checking all the appliances, mechanicals. If you bought a home in March and you couldn't turn on the AC and you were closing in May and you were turn on the AC, like make sure everything's working properly. Go through the bathrooms, hot water, etc. Sort of a mini inspection, and check every corner of that home, interior and exterior, to make sure nothing's out of the ordinary or different than when you last saw it. I like to perform the final walkthrough the day of closing or the day before, really no earlier. I would always confirm with the listing agent regarding keys, garage door opener, and any other codes necessary to access the property. That's also very important. We want to make sure we're getting those either at the walkthrough or at the closing table. Early in my career, I would definitely sit with clients at the closing table. It's a great way to kind of solidify that relationship, talk about the timeline of how everything went down. It's also a nice little opportunity to talk about the future and some goals that they have and maybe some of your goals as well. So the deal closes, you get your check. Now what? You say your goodbyes and you go into planning mode and post-client follow-up. I recommend a closing gift or a housewarming gift. It can be as simple as a pot of flowers or baked goods. I was a big fan of very practical gifts. And I've run the gamut from the Ring doorbells, food basket, potted plants, and even branded cutting boards. Immediately post-sale, please ask for a review. I love the phrase, can you do me a favor and write a quick review for me? They're gonna do it. I would send a link to the site that I wanted them to write the review on, and I built a huge following. I did not send them links to multiple sites. Pick one, build your review brand, and run with it. So now you're going to get into the post follow-up. Moving day. This is a great opportunity to bring over bagels, donuts, or even a pizza for dinner. They have a lot going on. These little touches are super meaningful. 1 to 2 weeks post-closing, give them a call and see how they're settling in. This is a very thoughtful phone call, and it sets up the relationship for the next phase. You're making that call post-close and be like, oh my gosh, Matt's still here. Every quarter, send a market update to them. Let them know how the market's doing and what new homes have sold in their area. The deal may have closed, but it's really important to make sure your clients keep you top of mind when they think anything real estate, both for themselves and for referrals. Organize this client in your CRM. Make sure you have your check-in calls, texts, or emails organized throughout the year, and be sure to ask for referrals when you're doing so. Enter important dates into your CRM. I love the closing anniversary. It sounds super quirky, but it's a really great icebreaker. And if you're only communicating with one part of a couple or a relationship situation, they'll probably let the other person know. And it's just a cool reminder, like, how'd you know? Like, oh, Matt called. Make sure you're being thoughtful. The client that just closed the home is super happy. They're really excited. Work on this and keep the momentum. If they invite you to their housewarming party, go. I've gone to dozens. Introduce yourself to everyone as the realtor that helped them secure the home. Bring a business card. Don't overstay your welcome and get out. This is a relationship business. Keep building that brand, guys.